um, how do we set up Facebook Ads Manager, and how do we start advertising on Facebook and Instagram, right? So without wasting much time, we can immediately start with this session. So all you, let me share my screen first. So yeah, so I'm sharing my screen, and I'm on the slide 1. I hope you guys are able to see it. So what we'll be doing today is the brief agenda is mentioned here. The first one will be what all are the prerequisites for starting advertising on Facebook and Instagram. Then second will, before starting the campaign, setting up the ads, we'll first take an actual business case study as to how, if a particular brand wants to use Facebook for generating leads or getting business, what all are the objectives that the brand has in mind, and how it can use Facebook to fulfill that objective. Then we'll get into the technical part. That is, we'll start with the actual setting up of the campaign, and then we'll understand that what are the different objectives that Facebook provides us for the campaign setup. Then there is something called as campaign budget optimization, which also will understand as to what it is and when to use, how important it is for uh, a Facebook live campaign, and then obviously the spending limit. That is, what is the maximum that we are telling Facebook that we want to spend for this particular campaign. The next part of the session will be that about targeting. So Facebook, as you know, is a push media. That is, nobody goes and searches something on Facebook like Google search. People who join Facebook are actually, I'll just okay, yeah. So people who let me hide this. Yeah. So people who on Facebook show certain interest. They comment, or they they like certain posts. They write something about a particular location, and they are classified into different buckets. So and Facebook is all about targeting. So in the second part, we are going to understand that for our objective for this particular bank, whom do we target in terms of interest and affinity behaviors. Also, we'll understand that apart from my regular interest or affinity behavior targeting, what all other targeting are possible on Facebook ads dashboard. Something called as remarketing. I think all of us who somewhat know digital marketing will be aware that remarketing is extremely critical, and we'll be covering that. There will be lookalike audiences. If you don't know what is it, just wait for the session. The last part will be how do we get the access to the Facebook page on which we want to start advertising, following with the billing setup. That is, you upload your credit card, debit card details, and finally the pixel setup or the code. Just like in Google, we have something called as uh, uh, Google tag. Here we have something called as pixel. So uh, what we'll be doing is we'll be quickly understanding what are the prerequisites for setting up a Facebook Ads Manager, and let's start with it. Right. So what I'll do is, since I'm already logged in into this, I'll open another incognito window, and all we need to do is we need to enter Facebook Ads Manager login. Right. So once you do this, you see that just a moment. So once you do this, we see that Ads Manager comes here. So once you click on Ads Manager, Facebook will ask you to either create an ad or go to the Ads Manager. Because I am not logged in, Facebook will tell me to create an ad. So here, this is a window where Facebook is asking us an email ID and password. Now, one thing to note here is that the email ID which you enter here can be your own personal Facebook ID, or a Gmail ID, or a Ymail ID. But that ID should have your Facebook account registered with it, right? So you can either use your personal Facebook account credentials here, or you can use a fresh account, create a fresh Gmail or Ymail account, create a Facebook account with it, and then use that to log in. Right. So in my case, this will be I've created a Gmail account, and I also have created a Facebook account with it. So once I do this, I enter the ID and I enter the password, and when I click login, I will be taken to the Facebook Ads Manager. Now, Facebook Ads Manager is a single dashboard with the help of which we can start advertising on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Facebook audience networks. I'll cover what is Facebook audience network shortly, but it is one single dashboard with the help of which we can advertise on uh, Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms which are related or which have tied up with Facebook. Right. So this is a window which I was showing earlier. So let me go to this part. Yeah. So this is the window, and let me slightly minimize the screen. Right. So yeah. So here we see that uh, here we are at the first level. There are three levels actually on the Facebook Ads Manager. The first level is called the campaign level. The second level is called the ad set or the targeting level. Third level is the ad level. Ad is nothing but when we upload an image, when we upload a GIF, or when we upload a video or a story, or we upload a carousel, it is that level, right? So three levels are there on the Facebook Ads Manager dashboard. So before we start with with starting our own campaign, our first campaign, what we'll do is we'll understand the business case first, and then we will see as to how do we solve it. Right. So here's the there's a bank which has reached out to you, and they have told you that their objective is to get leads from Facebook. Right? That is the objective that they have. Uh, uh, and they have told you that you can assume whatever you whatever you are not sure, you can just have some logical assumption and you can go ahead with the campaign setup. So they have given you the website. That is, this is the website of the bank. So let me open this here, right? So that's a website, HDFC Bank personal. If you look at the URL, it's hdfcbank.com/personal borrow popular loans and personal, right? So that is the website, and the bank knows that personal loan is one of the category by which banks generally makes a good amount of money because they lend money to people, and that is how and the interest the bank gets from them is how the bank makes money. So the bank wants to generate leads from people who are interested in getting a personal loan from the bank, and there are different ways for which people take personal loan in India, right? Somebody might either take loan for their marriage or their child's marriage. Somebody wants to go for a travel. Somebody wants to go for their honeymoon, and hence they take loan. Somebody wants to go for an international holiday, and hence they take loan. The third reason why people generally take loan is to renovate their houses. So these are three primary interest or three primary reasons why banks, why people generally take loan from the bank, and we will use this learning from the bank, and we will use that in our Facebook and Instagram targeting, right? So what we have to do is we have to fulfill this objective of the client by generating leads and quality leads from the right targeting that we do. Now, what happens to these leads? What happens to this email ID and phone number is that these people are called by the call center team, and then after they call, they approach the people who have filled the lead, and they ask them that yes, we provide loan at this particular interest rate, and this is how the EMI structure will follow, and so on and so forth, right? So that is not our objective. Our objective is to generate good quality leads from the Facebook, Instagram dashboard, right? So the duration that we have in place is 30 days. That is a 1 month campaign will be running. The budget that the client has given us is INR 5 lakh, and the location will be pan India, and there will be there will be demo geo will be male female targeting with people age 25 years and above, and that is what we have been told by the client. Now what we will do is we'll quickly go to the Facebook dashboard, and then we will start with creating the campaign. So what you have to do is you have to click on plus uh, create a campaign button, and there are different objectives that Facebook dashboard provides. Now for different objectives of a particular brand, we have to choose these uh, uh, objectives. So these objectives, if you closely observe, are in the form of a consumer funnel. That is, awareness is the top funnel, wherein you can either reach to more and more number of people, or you can increase brand awareness for your brand. Yeah, there's a query. Is there a query? No. Right. Okay. So, and the second level of the consumer funnel is the consideration bucket, wherein there are objectives like traffic, wherein you can send people to a particular website. For example, Amazon and Flipkart generally come up with have recently ended their Big Billion Day sale or the Great Indian Shopping Festival sale, and they want to drive people to their website so that they can visit and purchase products. So for them it may be a traffic objective. Even these brands can go ahead with the engagement objective, where they uh, you know write a particular they have a particular image, and they want more and more people to comment about it, more and more people to share about it, and so on. Some brands have the objective of app install. That is, brands like Swiggy, Zomato want people to install their app and order food. There are some brands who have launched, who have come up with their brand new video, and they want to promote it on Facebook. So yeah, for different objectives of the brand, there are these objectives that Facebook provides. For us, we will go to the bottom funnel objective, that is conversion, within which we will select the website conversion as the objective. So once we select conversions, this is what it will show, that we can show ads to people who are more likely to take valuable actions. Now, for action in our case will be someone who will fill a lead. A lead can be what? A lead can be either a person entering his phone number, a person entering his email ID or his name and his geolocation, and so on. Right. So we'll select conversion as the objective, and we'll click on continue. So once we do this, we see that we are at the campaign level. So you see the three levels that we had seen earlier have come up here. The first one is the campaign level. The second one is the ad set level, and the third one is the ad level. Right? So firstly we'll just name our campaign, that is ABC Bank personal loan. Right, ABC Bank personal loan November 20 underscore conversion object. Right, so we have named this, and when we go at the bottom, we see that there are different options available that Facebook provides us, and there's something called as campaign spending limit. Now what we have to do here is we have to enter the maximum amount that we have for this particular campaign. For example, our campaign, we have already been told that the maximum budget that we have is 5 lakh rupees. So we have entered 5 lakh here, right? So once you enter the 5 lakh, what you're telling Facebook is that whatever happens, how many ad sets or how many targeting I create inside this one particular campaign, do not spend more than 5 lakh rupees, is what we are telling Facebook. So whatever happens, Facebook will not charge us more than 5 lakh rupees as a net amount. Obviously, taxes will be extra, but Facebook will not charge us more than this particular amount, right? So uh, that is the amount that you enter. And then as you go at the bottom, there is something called as campaign budget optimization, which is a very powerful tool that Facebook has created on its dashboard. Now, what does this tool do? This tool basically is useful for people who are who do not actually like spending much time on the dashboard, or who do not understand the dashboard or the algorithm very well, or who trust Facebook extremely well, that they believe that whatever Facebook results will be shown are the perfect results. So this tool is for those people. And even my personal experience says that when we use this tool, we have seen fairly good amount of result, because we are giving the control to Facebook's powerful learning algorithm, right? So yeah, so what we'll do is, when you press this switch to on, what this tool will do is, it will ask you the maximum budget that you want to enter. In our case, as we already know, the maximum budget or the lifetime budget for the one particular month is INR 5 lakhs. So I enter that budget here, and I leave the control to Facebook. Now what happens is, uh, how many ad sets you will create inside this particular campaign, Facebook will on its own divide this 5 lakh rupees to each of these ad set, such that it will give you the cheapest possible result. Like in our case, Facebook will try to optimize this for getting leads at the cheapest possible cost, right? So yeah, so that is the three settings that we will be doing at the campaign level, right? So yeah, so we go at the next level, that is the ad set or the targeting level. So now we are here, actually we are on this part. So we have finished part 1 and part 2, that is we have finished the prerequisites, and we have finished the understanding the business brief, and we have finished the understanding the campaign level settings. So any questions you guys have before we move on to the next part, that is understanding Facebook ad group or Facebook targeting part? Any questions that you guys have? I don't see any question. Yes. Okay, there is no question from Harjas. Yeah, Hansa also has said there is no question. Great. Great. So we'll go to the next part, that is the ad set part. Right. So at ad set, what happens is, we have to create different targeting options. We have different targeting options on Facebook, and depending upon who our target audience is, we select those. In this particular case, this is uh, somebody who is either interested in marriage. So let me first name this ad set: marriage underscore travel underscore home renovation underscore male female score 25 plus score India. Right, so I've just named this ad set, and uh, whom do we target? We'll just go at the bottom. So now when we go at the bottom, there is different conversion events that Facebook provides us. And because our end objective is that we take people to a website where they enter their name, email ID, or phone number. So we will select our conversion event location as the website. However, if we were, say, a Zomato or a Swiggy, which were to market their apps and to generate more and more app installs, we would have selected that our event or the conversion code or the conversion pixel is placed on the website, and we would have selected your website. Similarly, if we want somebody to go into our business page messenger, we would select the messenger as the conversion event location. In our case, it is website, so we will keep this as a default setting as website, and we will choose a conversion event. Right. So what is a conversion event? A conversion event is nothing but a, a set of code or a pixel where we want Facebook to optimize its algorithm on. What do I mean by this? So when you click here, you see multiple events here. Like there are events like, add to cart. There's event like donate now. There's event like, subscribe to the newsletter, add to wish list, and so on and so forth. In our case, we want to generate more and more leads from people at the lowest possible cost, and hence the conversion event in our case will be lead. But where do we place this event, and how does Facebook understand as to whom to show? Okay, there's a question. Yeah, why did we select lead generation option? Yes, so Yeah, so good question, Priyanka. The lead generation, okay. So there are two ways in which we can select the campaign objective. What we have selected is the conversion or the bottom funnel. And as Priyanka is asking, can we select lead gen as the objective? So the answer to that is yes, we can select lead gen as the objective. But in that case, what will happen is the all the leads or all the name, email ID, phone numbers that we get on the Facebook dashboard will be going into an Excel spreadsheet, right? Once it goes into Excel spreadsheet, that sheet has to be either downloaded by someone and be shared with the call center or the calling team, or somebody has to continuously monitor that Excel sheet as to how many leads have we got. So for example, if right now it's 11:30 a.m., the person will have to continuously monitor and uh, keep looking at that sheet as to did we get any new leads or not. So that is slightly a tedious process, and it is a time consuming process, because if you don't call a person immediately, the lead has come, that lead becomes from a hot lead, it becomes a cold lead. And then the chance of the person converting from your lead is reduces. And hence we generally take a conversion or a website conversion event as the campaign objective, and we don't take lead gen as the campaign objective, because it is slightly time consuming and a person has to continuously see whether new leads are generated or not. So does it answer your question, Priyanka? Yes, sure. Thanks, Priyanka. There's another question from Manoj. He's asking what exactly is Pixel and what is its use. Yes. So Manoj, to answer your question, we'll have to wait for the last part of the presentation. That is, here you see there is something called as download Pixel sent to the website owner. I will like to cover this question there, so it will be answered there. And if still you have any query, you can definitely ask me later. Yeah, Manoj. So coming back to the event, yeah, Manoj, thanks. Uh, yeah, so we go at the bottom. We will set up a conversion pixel, or we'll use Facebook pixel to track events and actions for us, and we'll do it in the last part. But let's move ahead. So at the ad set level, we see that there's an option called dynamic creative, which is off for us. But if you enable this, what will happen is Facebook will ask you that you give me 10 sets of headlines, 5 sets of descriptions, and you give me certain primary text, you give me certain images, certain videos, certain carousel, and you leave the control to Facebook. So what you do is you enter these headline descriptions and you give it to Facebook. Facebook will, uh, with its own set of permutations, it will test different headlines, different images, and different carousels to and put in front of different people, and then it will see which is the best combination of these headlines and descriptions that is giving good results. It is giving either a higher CTR or a lower cost per conversion. Uh, Okay. And we will keep it off currently, but suppose if we keep it on, we need to enter these headlines. If some of you are aware of responsive ads on Google search, like either it is a responsive search ad or responsive display ad, it is extremely similar feature here as well, and Facebook has named it as dynamic creative. Right? There's a question how much cost it will be take for make a ad set. Yeah, so I'm sure you're asking how much cost do we need to enter the ad set. So uh, Saurabh's question is about how much cost do we enter. So Saurabh, if you had observed the campaign level setting part, what we had done is we had made it campaign budget optimization. So when we enter 5 lakh rupees, we are telling the Facebook, we're telling Facebook's algorithm to allocate money at different ad sets on its own. So what it will do is, so here if you see Saurabh, there is an option of entering the limit, like ad set spends limit. So here Saurabh, what I'll do is, suppose out of 5 lakh, if I don't want to spend more than 2 lakh in this ad set, I will enter the maximum lifetime budget for this particular ad set, right? So that is 2 lakh rupees. However, this is not an advisable method, because you are already telling Facebook that I want to spend 5 lakh amount for this particular campaign. You decide as to how much you want to spend for each of the ad set daily. Now here we see only one ad set. We'll be creating two more ad sets, and then we will see that we'll allow Facebook to decide how much to spend on each ad set, right? So, but however, if there are certain restrictions for a particular advertiser, or we see that a particular ad set, we only want X amount of leads and hence we want to allocate that much budget, then we can manually enter a budget called either 2 lakh maximum or 1 lakh maximum for the particular ad set. However, this is not advisable, but still Facebook has given an option, right? So I'll just untake this, and I was at this part here. So we covered dynamic creative. We have kept it off, which means that we manually will upload a static image, or we manually will upload a carousel on the Facebook when we go to the ads part. When we go on this part, that is the third level, ad level, we'll be uploading that, and we'll keep it off for now. Then we go at the bottom where we see the duration. So if you had seen in the brief, the duration was 1 month. So let's assume the duration is December. So we keep 31st December as the end date, and we keep 1st December as the start date. So we have taken roughly a month's period, and we have allocated the time as 0001, and it will end at 23:59, right? So it is a 31 days campaign. It's a 1 month campaign, and we have set up the start date and the end date. So coming at the bottom, we see that there is an option of selecting a custom audience. Now, what is a custom audience? Is something that Facebook allows us to create a set of people who have interacted with our businesses, like they have visited our website, or they have they are lookalikes of our audiences and so on. But the audience part is slightly later, so we'll first focus on uh, the targeting called marriage, travel, and home renovation. So let's first look at the geography part. So geography is nothing but which cities or which states you want to target. Now, suppose if I don't have Pan India as my targeting location, and if I have something like Mumbai and Delhi. So you click on Mumbai and you click on Delhi, and you have those two geos selected. Suppose if you have something like you want to target everybody in Maharashtra, but you don't want to target people living in Mumbai, right? If that is the objective, then you go here and you go to exclude, and then you click on Mumbai. So when you do this, what Facebook will do is it will target people in Maharashtra, but it will not target people who are in Mumbai. Now, this radius kilometer is nothing but it gives you an option that is from 17 kilometers to 80 kilometers of the city. You can show ads to people. In this case, we will be negating the Mumbai as the location, and for it will be showing ads to people who are in Maharashtra, but not around 80-kilometer radius of Mumbai. If that radius is too much, then you can go ahead and click on current city only. What it will do is that it will show ads to everybody in Maharashtra, but it will not show ads to people who are only in Mumbai city. So that is the uh, include exclude feature at the geo level that we have. And obviously then there is something called as a pin code targeting, like, right? So there's something called as pin code targeting, where you enter a particular area's pin code, and it is possible to target people there. So suppose if I there's a geolocation called, there's a pin code called 400092, which means that it will target everybody in Maharashtra except people on this pin code, right? So it is possible to do these kind of pin code wise targeting or state wise targeting and negating certain cities and so on. In our case, we will for our particular bank example, we have to target people who are in India. So we will select India and we will click that, right? So going ahead, we see that we have to select our age. This is fairly simple. We select people who are more than 25 years old. One of the reason here is that bank knows that people who are 25 years and above have a slightly better income, and once they take a loan, it is likely that they will be able to repay the loan because they have a fixed or a stable income. And that is also one of the reason why bank has not told us anybody who is 18 years and above. Bank has told us that they want people who are 25 years and above. Gender, yes, it will be both male, female. So we keep it as is. And this is something called as the interest targeting part that we had already written at the ad set level. So here what happens is we select. There are two ways actually. The one is the longer route wherein we have to select, go into each of these targetings, that is demographic or interest or behavior. Right, demographics is nothing but by different behaviors that people upload on their personal Facebook page. Facebook understands that either a person is at a particular level of education, either he's a graduate or a postgraduate or a doctorate. Then there is something called as life event, where somebody is you know is in a relationship, or somebody is just engaged last 1 year, somebody who's engaged in last 3 months, and so on and so forth. So there are all these plethora of targeting options that Facebook has given us at each levels. So either we go into each of these manually and we select that whom do we want to target for our our objective, that is to target people who are either interested in marriage, or people who are either interested in travel or uh, home renovation interest. So the plethora of it, which I will not be covering right now, but you can see to it that there are so many options available that based on people who are no gaming, console gamers, people who are early technology adopters, who have used Facebook payment method in the last 30 days. It's very very detailed, and it is a fairly detailed list that Facebook provides. But what we will do is we'll simply enter the keyword called marriage. When you enter a keyword called marriage, we see that the whole possible uh, targeting options available under marriage are thrown by Facebook. So what we'll do is, once you click on marriage, Facebook will then give you possible suggestions. So when you click on marriage, yes, somebody who is interested in weddings can be also shown an ad for personal loan, and hence we click that. So in this way, you have to read each and every targeting suggestions that Facebook is throwing, and then you have to decide whether you want to include it in your targeting or not. So if you have observed closely, let's look at this universe number. Let me just untake this marriage and let me show you the universe number. Right. So now if you see the universe that is available at 25 to 65 and pan India, all genders, is 20 to 30 million. Now when I click on marriage, I see that, or let me click on engagement, because people who will be engaged will be soon marrying, and it is better to show them ad, because they might click on the ad and might be in need of personal loan. So when you click on engaged, yes, we see the universe from 230 million has immediately fallen to 9.2 lakhs. And so that means that if you don't apply any targeting, there are 230 million people in India in this age group, and both male and female. But when you apply something called as engaged, Facebook has identified that there are around 9 lakh people who have their relationship status engaged, mentioned somewhere on Facebook, right? Somebody who is in a relationship, yes, we can include that. Somebody who is newly engaged in last 3 months, and you see this number keeps on changing as and when you add more and more targeting layers. So when it was 230 million, it became 9.2 lakhs, and when it was 9.2 lakhs, it became again 2.5 million when we added these newly engaged 3 months, and we added in a relationship. So something like newly engaged last 6 months, engaged in last 1 year, somebody who is uh, you know interested in wedding photography. People do pre-wedding photography these days, and hence we can include those interest targeting as well. Somebody who's a wedding planner may not be interested in taking a personal, because they plan weddings for people, so we will not include that. And somebody who is interested in marriage proposal, yes. Somebody who is interested in wedding ring, we saw your wedding ring, and so on. So here it covers fairly good amount of targeting for marriage. Now let's go ahead and go for travel. So what we'll do for travel is we will enter the keyword called travel. And once you enter that, you see that people who are interested in travel or holiday, we see the particular uh, targeting option that Facebook throws in front of us. So somebody who is a frequent traveler might be taking loan and uh, going on a vacation or a holiday. Someone who is let me enter the keyword called holiday. Somebody who is interested in say holiday. No, I will not take holiday because it can be very generic. Let me see if I have a very good interest targeting and a very strong targeting. No, I can't find it here. So I'll go back to honeymoon. Let me enter honeymoon. Right. So when I enter this, I see people who are interested in honeymoon. Yes. Then I see look at suggestions. People who are frequent international travelers. Yes, I take that. And then people who are let me see if there is something around travel plus leisure. Yes, I take that. And then people who are interested in booking.com is again another website where people go and book their air tickets or train tickets, Expedia website, and so on. So that covers our marriage and travel related interest. The last interest is home renovation. So let me enter that keyword. Let me see what Facebook is throwing. So yeah, Facebook is throwing something like home renovation as an interest, which is which we did. And when you select home renovation, you see that there's something called as renovation as an interest, which has popped up. So we would like to take that. There's also something called as let me look at some other, yes, there's something called as home improvements, which we can select, and that covers our home renovation interest as well. So yeah, so we will keep it there and we will go ahead because there is a possible targeting under either marriage, travel, or home renovation that we have done, and then we move ahead. So as you go ahead, you see there is something called as detailed targeting expansion, which means that uh, suppose if Facebook is showing ads to these people, but it is costlier to reach these people. Basically, Facebook feels that when you show ads to these people, your CPL or cost per lead or cost per conversion will increase. Facebook will then reach to people who are beyond this targeting and still try to bring the lead at a lower cost. So when you keep it on, what Facebook will do is it will do that. It will try to go to people who although don't fall in this targeting, but still will give you lead at a cheaper cost. It is recommended to keep it untick. Why? Because if you if because we only want to get leads from people who are either in either one of these targeting buckets. We don't want lead. Okay, there's a question. Same kind of Google ad sense work, right? Yes. So it is similar to that. Uh, Thanks, Priyanka, for that question. Yeah, it is similar to that. Uh, Next is about detailed targeting. Yeah, so detailed targeting, especially it is recommended to keep it off because otherwise Facebook will go on and bring lead from anybody who is not in this bucket, and we may although get a lead at a cheaper cost, but that person is either not interested into our product or has filled a lead by mistake or is a user who is not relevant for us. Suppose if that person is not into any of these buckets, any of these marriage, home renovation, travel, honeymoon buckets, even if we get a lead from that person will say yes, I had filled a lead but I am not interested in taking a person, right? So that is something that happens when we keep this on, and it is generally advisable to keep it unticked, right? So languages, it is recommended to keep it blank. By this we mean that Facebook on its own will decide which ad to show to which person. Now suppose you the ad that you upload are in multiple languages. Even in that case, it is advisable to keep this blank. For example, if you have ads in say English and Telugu language, it is advisable to keep this blank because Facebook on its own will show an English ad to a person who is consuming Facebook and Instagram in English, and it will show the Telugu ad to somebody who is consuming the Facebook feed in that particular language, right? So even after we have different language ads or different language videos, different language carousels, still Facebook recommends to keep this as blank, right? Uh, there are options like, this becomes slightly advanced, but let me just show it to you. There are options like, people who have used your app. For this, you will need to link your app. But there are people who have responded to your events in the past to whom you want to show the ad again. So this actually makes the targeting very narrow. So we generally don't touch this, but still it is possible to show, and it is possible. But hence we generally keep this. We don't use this for targeting, but it is possible. Then you go ahead and there is something called as placements. Now, placement is extremely critical for Facebook because uh, there are broadly 4 placements where you can show ads to people with the help of this particular dashboard. So if you see that there are within this placement, there is something called as a Facebook platform. There is something called as Instagram platform. There is something called as audience network. There is something called as messenger. So we all are aware that with the help of this dashboard, we can show ads on Facebook. But suppose if you want to show ads only on Instagram, what you do is you simply untick this, and you see that now only your ads will be served on Instagram. So if you look at the universe size or the potential reach of your ads is now 43 million, which means that when you select all these targeting, that is pan India 25 to 65, uh, male, female, both gender, and these targeting options, your universe on Instagram comes to around 43 million. Now, if I add Facebook as a platform, the universe from 43 million becomes 150 million, which means that and this is actually unique audience. So it there will be people who will be using both the platforms. There will be people who will be using only Facebook, and there will be some you'll be using only Instagram. So the unique audience that we have uh, is 150 million for this targeting. So yes, with the help of this dashboard, we can either select any one of the platform or both or all the 4 platforms. Now, what is Facebook, Instagram? We all know. What is audience network? So, audience network is all those apps or all those websites which have tied up with Facebook. And with the help of this particular dashboard, we can show ads on these. Now, which are these apps is not exactly known to us, as Facebook has not revealed all those list of apps, but it has just told that there are certain partner apps who have partnered with Facebook as a company, and it is possible to show ads on their apps as well with the help of this particular dashboard. So if we are not very confident about where my ad will show outside of Facebook, Instagram, we can simply untick this, and then Facebook will not show the ad on those particular websites or those particular apps. But still, if you look at the closely look at the universe size, it is not changing. So irrespective of whether you take audience network, yeah, so it increases by 10 million, right? It became 160 when I added, and if when I removed, it became 150. So yeah, there are some 10 million people whom we will be losing out if we don't take this, right? And similarly, Messenger is nothing but the Facebook Messenger. So if we want to show ads only on Facebook Messenger, then it is possible to show only on Facebook Messenger, and by simply a tick or untick of this. So that is the platform part. And what about the placement? So let me explain what do these placements mean. So if you see, here is the image which is about Facebook newsfeed. So once you hover over any of these, Facebook will show that how the ad appears on that particular placement. For example, when I hover over this Instagram feed, I see this is how my ad will appear. There will be the name of my brand, that is Jasper's Market. They'll be sponsored here on Instagram, and there will be the likes on my page and the likes on the post, and there will be description here. Suppose if I want to see how my ad will appear on Facebook Marketplace, this is how it will look, right? How does my ad appear on Facebook video feed? This is how it will appear. How does my ad appear on Facebook right column? This is how it will appear on the desktop. So this right column is a placement available only on the desktop, and so on and so forth. So how does my ad appear on the messenger inbox? This is how it will appear. So if you see here, Jasper's Market, and here is my ad, and here are my contacts, right? So we go ahead, and it is possible to show ads on Facebook stories. This is how it looks. Facebook Instagram stories, this is how it looks, and messenger stories as well. So it looks more or less similar on all the story placements. And there is something called as in-stream videos, which is nothing but uh, uh, whenever we are viewing a particular video, between once the video is playing, Facebook will play its video ad here, that we enter the video at the ad level. So it's an in-stream placement, and what we have observed is if you want higher completion rates of the videos, we need to enter the video has to be between 10 to 15 seconds. So I repeat, if we want a video to have higher video completion rates, the video duration has to be between 10 to 15 seconds. And we go here, there is something called as instant article placement. This is how it looks as an instant article ad. And we were talking about the audience network. So this is how the audience network native banner and interstitial banner looks like, right? So here it is what uh, it is fairly similar actually to the story placement. It covers the entire mobile screen. Yeah. So what is recommended? It is recommended to keep it at automatic placement. What will happen now is that suppose if it is what Facebook will feel that to reach a person on Facebook and to make him fill a lead is costly on Facebook, then Facebook will reach out to the same person on Instagram and will try to bring in a cheaper lead, right? That is the advantage of having automatic placements. What Facebook will do is it will try to get the lead at a cheaper cost from whichever available placement possible. So we generally keep it at an automatic placement. So as you go at the bottom, we are optimizing the delivery for conversion. What is this meaning? What does this mean? It simply means that you want to show ads to people, and you are telling Facebook that optimize for conversion. That is, show ads to people who generally have a tendency of this particular conversion event. There are conversion events can be something like add to cart, can be something like purchase, can be something like complete payment, can be something like fill a lead form. So what Facebook will do is when you keep optimize for conversion, it will try to optimize for that bottom funnel objective. Right? When you try to select a different objective like there's a different objective like optimize for landing page views. So what Facebook will do is it will show ads to people who generally click on Facebook and go to a particular landing page. Now, whether that person will fill a lead form on the landing page or not is not a strong signal for Facebook. Facebook will not pick up that signal while showing an ad to the person. And hence it is advisable to keep it at the conversion level. What this will mean is that it will show an ad to a person, the person will go on the landing page, and then he will fill a lead form. And that is the conversion action for which we are telling Facebook to optimize. And so that is the recommended one, to keep it at the conversion level. And we go at the bottom, we see there will be something called as when you are charged for, you will be charged for impression. And the conversion window that we keep is anybody who has clicked on my ad in the last 7 days and filled a lead today, he will be counted as it will be counted as a lead for my ad. Or somebody who has viewed my ad in the last 1 day and filled the lead today, that will be counted as a conversion, right? So it is recommended to keep it 7 days after clicking and 1 day after viewing. It is similar to what we see on Google Ads dashboard as well, right? So once we create this, we go to the next level, that is at the ad level. And here is something that we will enter we'll upload our ad. So the ad will be, I'll be uploading carousel. So I will just name carousel 1 underscore marriage underscore travel underscore home renovation, right? So I enter this and I enter November 20. Let me enter this. So here is the Facebook page. Here the Facebook page is of a different account because we have not yet reached there how to get the Facebook page of the particular advertiser, which I'll be covering at the end. So here actually the page should be of the advertiser for whom you are advertising. In this case, it will be the bank's Facebook and the Instagram page. So we go at the bottom, we select the ad format. So it will be carousel here. So you tick here. Once you click on carousel, you will be asked to upload the image. Right. So I'll go ahead and select image, and selecting an image, and to understand what are the possible dimensions available, I just opened a link here, which is facebook.com/business/ads guide for image. Right. So when you click on Facebook business ads guide, this is a page that will open, and when you click on carousel, this is the recommended image dimension that we should have. So the image, there should be minimum 2 carousel cards with a maximum of 10 cards. There should be a landing page. It should be either a JPEG or the PNG format, and the recommended ratio of the image should be a square image, that is 1:1, and the dimension should be 1080 by 1080 pixels. Right? So this is a specifications of the Facebook carousel image, and we have already it's already present in our library. So I will just go ahead and click it. So I go on the carousel of wedding. So I click that and I click on continue. So once I do that, I see the image appearing here. So when I see, yeah, there's the image, and then there's an option to enter the headline. Now headline has to be catchy, and it has to make people click on my ad so that we get higher CTR. And I have already written the headlines, which will be quick dispersal. So let me enter that headline here, which is quick dispersal. And you see that as we enter details, this goes on changing and updating in real time. The description is optional, but we will enter, which is fulfill your financial needs. So when we enter that, we see that here, fulfill your financial needs has come up. The website URL we know is a landing page or a website where we want to take people and we want to make them enter their name, email ID, or a phone number. So in our case, it will be this page, which is apply.hdfcbank.com/vivid/PL, which is for personal loan, and so on. So we will just copy this URL, which is the same URL which I just showed, and we will enter it here. Right? So I enter it here, and I go ahead, right? And I enter something called as a primary text. Right? So a primary text is nothing but something that appears here above the image and after the name of the page. So primary text will be this. Let me just enter and let me read it out for you. So primary text is now something like, now leave the financial worries behind and avail low-cost personal loan from India's largest bank, low-cost EMI, disbursal in 10 minutes with an asterisk mark, and flexible repayment options. Right? So there'll be see more URL again will be same as the landing page URL. So we just enter it here, right? We go ahead and we again put the see more display link. When we enter that, we enter the same URL, and then there is call to action. So if you see call to action is here, learn more button, and we will make it apply now. So apply now to personal loan is sounding more, it will make the people fill the lead and rather than learn more or know more. Right? So there are different, so it's not customizable actually. There are some predefined options like sign up, shop now, see more, request time, play game, and so on. In our case, we'll keep it apply now. Right? So that makes our first carousel card, right, on the ad. So carousel, as we had read, it has to be at least 2 carousel cards. So we'll have to enter the next carousel card, which is here. So you go on and enter the headline description URL. You click on add image. Okay. So click here. Right. Yeah. So you are here, and we enter select image. So we go to the second image, which is of travel. So we click that, and we see that travel will be appearing as a second card, which is here. Yeah. And for that we can enter either the same headline or we can use a different headline. We will use a different headline, which is online processing. So once you enter that, that's the headline. Description, we will select here, fulfill your financial needs. Rest all, we will keep it as is. Right. Yeah, rest all details will be same as what we had used for the uh, marriage card. And the third card that we have is for home renovation. So we go here at the top and we see the third uh, image, that is right. We click on add image. Mm, there are more images. I need to actually delete it. Yeah. So here is the select image. Here is the home renovation image. I click on continue, and here is the home renovation and the third card. So here, first card is about marriage, second is about travel, third is about home renovation. Right. So you enter the headline. It can be same or different. We will use this one, easy repayment, as the headline. So I enter that here. Description will be using fulfill your financial needs, and the rest all details are will be same. So right. So we go here and we will remove this. Oh, it is not removing. Yeah. So actually, we actually don't want so many cards. We have three cards are enough. So I'll be just removing these cards. Yeah, I'll remove this card. I will remove this card as well, right? And I will also remove the third card. So now we have three cards here, first, second, and third. And in the last, we see the logo of the uh, page, or the Facebook business page, right? So once this is done, we go at the bottom. That is, we have filled all the required details, and we go and click on publish. So once you go on publish, either there will be any errors that Facebook has, it will just show up the errors here, that either your ad setting is incorrect or your ad setting is incorrect. If there are no errors, Facebook will publish this, and it will all the ads will go under review, like the Facebook's review. And we see that, yeah, the ads are in draft, which means here you see one campaign, one ad set, and one ad were published, right? So if there was any error, this would not have been green, this would have been red. So here we see that the ads have been uh, uploaded successfully. So you come back, you go at the campaign level, and you keep it paused, right? So you just pause your campaign. And what we have now done is, briefly summarizing, what we have done is we have created one campaign, we have created one ad set, that is one targeting, and within that ad set we have one uh, image, one carousel image. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be creating another image, which is in the same campaign, same ad set, we'll be creating an image, which is, let me name it as static one underscore um, November 20. Right, so when I name this, I'll be taken to the ad level and I'll be asked to enter the image. So here it is single image or a video. In my case, it will be single image. I go at the creative, add creative. I click on add image, and the dimension will be 1200 by 628. I click it and I go and I press on done. Once I do that, it will again ask what is the primary text. So I go here. This will be my the primary text will be this. So I've kept it same here. My headline, which is optional, but I'll just enter easy repayment as the headline. And I'll enter description, fulfill your financial needs. And yeah, so the website URL and the display link, let me enter these same landing page URL, that is this one. And I again place it on display link. And the call to action, as we discussed, will be apply now. Right? So once we do this, we go ahead and we click on publish. If there will be any errors, it will be thrown here, or if there are no errors, Facebook will uh, put the ads under review. So here we see the ads are getting published. Right. So we see here that we created one campaign, uh, we created one ad set, and in that there are two ads. One is a carousel ad, and the other one is a static ad. Right. So now what we'll be doing is, if you look at the agenda part, we have covered this part. That is, we have created one ad set for marriage, travel and home renovation targeting, and we have added another ad to it. Now we'll be creating two more ad sets, which are remarketing and lookalike respectively. So how do we do it? Now the things will become, slightly, it will slightly technical, and not many people will be aware of this. So let's understand that how do we create two more ad sets, which are one is for the remarketing or to show ads to people who have previously interacted with us, either by coming to a particular landing page or by going to a particular product page who have visited in the past 60 days, or who have interacted with our business page, and so on. So to do that, when you go to business tools, these are all the possible options that is possible on Facebook. It's a whole detailed list. But to create audiences, once you click on business tools, you have to click on audiences. So once you click that, you will be taken here. Right. So let me just show that again. When you click on audiences, you will be taken here. Right. So once you go to audiences, uh, this is a page that will load, and you have to click on create audiences. Now when you click on create audiences, there will be Facebook will tell you from where do you want to create the audience. It can be either from people who have interacted with your website, or people who you have purchased email ID and phone number of certain set of audiences, and you want to upload that customer list, and you want to show ads only to those people. Yes, that is also possible. Or you want to show ads to people who have viewed your video in the past, or people who have either opened your lead form but they have not submitted it. So it is possible to uh, create uh, create a list of audiences from any of these events. In our case, we would want to create a list of audiences who have visited a particular website. In our case, it will be people who have visited a particular. See, if you see when you click here, there is something called as people who visited specific web pages. You click that, and then you enter the URL. So what is the URL that you want to enter? You can enter this, URL of HDFC Bank, that people who have visited hdfcbank.com are people who, are somewhere related to the banking system, and I want to create a remarketing audience list of people who have come here. Now remember, we can't create an audience list of any website in the world. If we have to create an audience list, our Facebook pixel has to be present on this particular website. So in our case, the Facebook pixel that we'll be creating has to be present on this particular page. Only then we can create a list of that particular website, or we can create a remarketing list of that particular website. So let me copy this URL. Let me go and paste it here. So what am I doing is I am doing that. I'm telling Facebook that please create a remarketing list of people who have visited a specific web page in the past, say, 90 days. In the past 3 months, anybody who has visited this particular page called hdfcbank.com, I want to create a list, and I simply name. So my name will be visited home page underscore last 90 days. Right. So once I do that, I click on create audience, and what Facebook will tell me that your audience will be starting to populate. Here we see the visited last 90 days will be populating. Although it's green here, we will see that there will be no audience in this list because we don't have our pixel or our code present on this particular page. Right. So Facebook will go on and populate this list. Uh, and then what we'll be doing is we'll be creating a lookalike audience. Now, what is lookalike audience? So lookalike audience is nothing but uh, all those people who have shown similar behavior to my audiences. right? So what Facebook does is it asks us that if you want to create a lookalike audience, or if I want to find people who are similar to people who have visited on this particular website, that is hdfcbank.com, yes, we can do that with the help of a lookalike audience. So how do we create lookalike audience? You simply select the audience that you want to find lookalike, or you want to find similar audiences of. You go to this three dots here, and there's an option to create lookalike. Once you click there, Facebook will ask you that select the lookalike source. That is, what is the base audience on which you are trying to find more audiences on Facebook and Instagram. So that will be the same audience which we have just now created. And where do you find it? Where do you want to find these audiences? Where the audiences are based off? Obviously, it is India. So the lookalike audience creation only happens at a country level. It does not happen at a city or a state level, right? Once you do that, and you will have to select that what is the percentage of lookalike audience that you want to create. It will be 0 to 1%. It can be 1 to 2%. It can be 0 to 3%, and so on and so forth. What Facebook will do is, when we select 0 to 1%, which means that out of 3.9 million reach that we have, it will select 0 to 1%, which is 33.9 million will be the size of the lookalike audience once we create. Now, what is the recommendation? Should we create a 0 to 1% lookalike, or should we create 0 to say 4% lookalike? So when we do this, it is 0 to 4%, which means that 3.9 multiplied by 4 will be somewhere around 15.7 million. So recommendation is that it is always advisable to create smaller lookalike audience, which means that when we create 0 to 1% lookalike, these are the people whose behavior is more similar to our seed audience. When you go away, that is when you go from 0 to 1 to you go to 1 to 2. So let me do this. Let me go from 1 to 2% lookalike. Now these are the people who are slightly away from my seed audiences. If I go further away, if I go from say 1 to 2, I make it 2 to 3. These are people who are even further away from my seed audience, that is people who have visited the HDFC Bank in the last 90 days. So, and hence it is recommended to keep this audience as 0 to 1% lookalike. However, if you want to reach out to more and more people, yes, it is advisable to make it larger from 0 to 1. You can make it 0 to 2 as well. So once you click on create audience, you will see that there will be another lookalike audience which is created. Yes, so that is a lookalike audience which is, it is showing populating. It is showing populating. The seed audience is also being populated. Lookalike audience is also being populated. And so now once we create these two audiences, we will now have to use them in our targeting. So how do we use it? We go back to the campaign. We go back to our campaign, and we inside the campaign there is an ad set. So on this ad set, we want to create another ad set where we will use these audiences. So how do we do it? We simply pick this audience, we click on duplicate. Once you click on duplicate, it will ask you that do you want to create the duplicate in the same existing campaign? Yes, in the same existing campaign we want to create, and you click on duplicate. Once you do that, you see that there's another ad set which is being duplicated, and here you see the name has become _copy. So what we will be doing is we'll be just renaming this, and we will be making it remarketing _website last 90 days. Right? So that is the name that we have given. And what changes do we need to do? The only change that we will be doing is we will be going and changing the audience. So here where we had selected all these interest for marriage, home renovation, and travel, we will simply untick it, and we will go here and we will select the custom audience. So here you see user saved audience. So let me see where my audience is. So here we see custom audience here. So the audience which we had created on this audience tab is visible here. So people who visited homepage in last 90 days, we simply click here. Once we click that, the audience list, now this becomes a ad set which will be targeting people who have visited this particular website of hdfcbank.com in the last 90 days. and all these filters will also be applied to. That is, it will be both age, both the genders. The age will be 25 to 65, and it will be pan India level. Right? Again, reach, we will untick it. As I explained earlier, we don't want to reach out to people who don't fall in our targeting. So all you will do is you will not touch any of these settings, and you will simply click on publish. Once you click on publish, this ad set will be populating, and if there are no errors, you see that this ad set will be successfully published. And if you had observed, now there are two ad sets. One is the earlier one. The second one is a remarketing, inside which there are the two same ads which are being automatically duplicated. Yeah, so the same ad which we had created for the earlier ad set is available in this ad set as well. Right? So our effort is saved there because we have simply duplicated it. Now, next, what we do is we create a third ad set, which is the lookalike audience ad set. So how do we do it? The same way, we will simply click on duplicate, and we will create another ad set into the same campaign, and we click on duplicate. Once we do that, the third ad set will be opened, and we have to rename it. So we will be renaming it as lookalike underscore website visitors in the last 90 days. And then because it's a 0 to 1% lookalike, so I will be just naming it as 0 to 1% lookalike of website visitors in the last 90 days. We go ahead and we have to change the audience. So here, when we have the remarketing audience, we simply remove it and we see what is the audience that is available. So when you go into lookalike, you will see that the audience is not yet populated here, but yeah, it is not yet populated here. Let me just refresh this. Let me see if refreshing this helps. So what I'm expecting is that this lookalike audience, which we have created, should be visible here. So I think it's not yet populated. So yeah, we are not able to see it here. So what I'll do is let me refresh this, right? Let me just close this. Yeah, let me publish these draft items and let me refresh it. So I'll be just refreshing it. Yeah, so let me refresh this and let me see if the audience is populated or not. Yeah, so I'll go into the edit part. Let me go at the audience level. And yeah. Yeah, here we see lookalike of 0 to 1% of people who have visited the homepage in the last 90 days is visible here. So when I select this, I see that my audience is populated. My universe size, if you closely observe here, is less than 1000. Why? Because as I had mentioned, we have not yet placed our pixel on this page. Only after we place our pixel here is when this universe size will increase, right? So because we actually don't have the rights of placing the pixel there, and hence in this session we are not able to see the universe here. But actual world scenario, when you place the pixel, you will be seeing the universe size quietly large, and it will be in some millions, right? So we will not change anything else here. We'll simply click on publish. So now what we have done is we have created one campaign. In that one campaign, there are three ad sets or three targeting. That is, one is lookalike, another one is remarketing. The third one is interest for marriage, home renovation, and travel. And within that, there are two ads. That is, one is a carousel ad, the other one is a static ad. Right. So that brings us into uh, our fourth part, that is setting up the ad set and setting up the ad. Now what we are left with is the last part, that is setting up, getting the Facebook page access, billing setup, and how do we download the pixel and share it with the developer. Any questions before we move ahead? Anybody has any question? I don't see the question here. Okay, fair. We'll go ahead and we'll go to the last part, that is the Facebook page access. Now, so that is, I've covered it here in the presentation itself. So there are two requisites, or there are two permissions that you need to have to start advertising on Facebook. The first is that the business page of the advertiser, in our case, it will be this HDFC Bank. The HDFC Bank Facebook page should give you the access at either the editor level, moderator level, or the advertiser level, or the job manager level for you to start advertising on Facebook, right? So the page admin of the Facebook page should give you access on your email ID with which you have logged in into the Facebook as manager, and he should give you either the admin level permission, or the editor, or the moderator, or the advertiser level permission. Similarly, in addition to this, so this is not either or, this is actually you should have both the permission. Uh, the second one is that you need to have the admin of the Facebook ads manager needs to assign you either an admin role or the advertiser role, right? So this ads manager that we see here, there will be an admin of this ad manager. He will have to give you, or he will have to give the access at an admin level or an advertiser level on the email ID with which you have logged in into this. Right. So these are two requisites that you should have the permissions to. Only after that you will be able to advertise on Facebook. And once you have the permission, and when you go at the ad level, you see that the page which we were seeing here, yeah, you see this page. This is of K10, and here I see there is only one access that I have on this account. So the moment somebody gives me access to my account of, say, an HDFC Bank Facebook page, I will be able to see that HDFC Facebook page just after this K10 page, like that. So that is the access that Facebook, that is the page access that once you have, only then you will be able to see, right? And once your both Facebook and Instagram account are linked at the advertiser level, that Instagram account will automatically be visible to you at the bottom, right? So in my case, both these pages, that is K10 Facebook and K10 Instagram page, are both linked to each other, and hence once I have the access to the Facebook page, the Instagram page automatically is visible, right? So that covers the Facebook page level accesses. And the next is in the agenda will be Facebook billing setup. So billing setup is fairly simple and straightforward. What Facebook has done is when you go to the business tools, you have to click on billing, right? So once I click on billing, I'll be taken to a page called payment settings. So once I click on payment settings, there will be an option to enter the payment details. So either we can add money with the help of say my debit card or a credit card details, or if somebody has given you Facebook ad coupon, then you can enter that. If you have the UPI via phone pay, Google Pay, you can do that. You can also enter your net banking details, or you can click on Paytm and also uh, enter upload money on Facebook to start advertising. So it is fairly simple. Whichever methods you use, in say 5 minutes time, the money is reflected into the Facebook ads dashboard here, and then you can start advertising. And so it is fairly simple, and it takes less than 5 minutes for you to upload the money and start advertising. And the last part is obviously the pixel part, which one of the learners had asked me in the beginning, that what is pixel and why do we use it. So let me cover that right now. And yeah, so what is pixel and why do we use it? So pixel is nothing but a line of code or a set of code that is written, and it is similar to Google conversion tag or a Google remarketing tag. It is similar to that on Facebook. Facebook, they have named it as pixel. What does pixel do? Pixel is basically collects information about users, and it stores it into the coded format. So what information does it collect? It collects information like how much time a person is spending on your website, what are the other information that are there in the browser of that particular person, because whenever a person goes to a website, a cookie is placed onto the browser, and that cookie, people access. Facebook will then be able to read what all are the behavior of that particular person. Now, suppose you when you place a pixel with the event called page view. What will that mean? That whenever anybody will come on the website and the website will load, the page view event will fire, which means that Facebook will treat that there is one page view event fired, and I have a user who has this particular behavior and who has come to my website, right? Apart from page view, there are a number of events that are linked to Facebook pixel. So those events, I'll be just showing it to you. Yeah. So there are events like, in our case, it will be, let me show that event here. So let me go one step back, right? Yeah. At the ad set level, when we had selected the lead pixel, there was, yeah, at the ad set level, when we select the lead pixel, yeah, here you see the event is lead. So there are these events available. So suppose there's an add to cart event. So what will happen is when you select add to cart event and when you place the add to cart event on your particular website, Facebook will uh, try to optimize for people who have a tendency of firing an add to cart event on other websites. For example, if a user, suppose if user who has visited say Amazon and goes there and adds something to his cart. So on Amazon, that user's Facebook will fire that event on Amazon, and Facebook will understand that this person is someone who is interested into online shopping and generally purchases by adding items to the cart and goes on purchasing. So whenever Flipkart will start advertising on Facebook, Facebook will show the ad of Flipkart to this particular user. Why? Because it has those signals of add to cart associated with that particular user. And hence Facebook pixel is extremely important for us to tell Facebook that where and which events are critical for you, and where do you want and whom do you want to show these ads to, right? So there are these whole lot of events that are available, and it is inactive for us right now because we have not yet placed. But the moment you place these all or any one of these events on your website, you will see this red turning into green. Let's say in our case, for the bank example, we will select the lead pixel. And how do we set it up? We set it up in this way, right? So, and one more thing about this pixel is that one Facebook pixel is unique to one uh, ad account, right? So what does that mean? Is that this means that when I create one pixel on this ad account, I cannot create Facebook, any other new Facebook pixel. So what do I mean by that? If I go here and I click on Events Manager, I see that, let it load. Yeah. So this K10 digital pixel with this ID is unique. And now when I try to create one more pixel, I will not be able to create. So one ads manager account will have only one pixel. Right? There can be multiple events associated to it. You can create as many events as you want, but the base pixel or this pixel will remain the same. And how do we create it? Because I've already created it here, I will not be able to create another pixel. So let me show you what do I mean by that. So when you have to create a fresh pixel, you click on connect data sources, and this data source of web is not allowing me to create because it is saying that you can only create one pixel per account. Right? So my one account has already one pixel, so I cannot create any more pixel. And then for that, what I have done, I just recorded a fresh video where I am creating a fresh pixel. So let me show you how do we create. So all you have to do is you have to go to the business tools and click on Events Manager. So once you click on Events Manager, this is the window that will open, and you have to click on Connect Data Sources. So let us see this video first. So you click on Connect Data Sources, and this is a tab that will appear. There will be either the data source of these pixels or these events or the signals will be either app or the website. In our case, it is website. So we click on website. Once we click on website, we click on Get Started. So there are actually two ways in which we have to connect. We have to select a connection method. It can be either the through an API, for which you need to uh, you know write some amount of coding, or you can simply use a easier way, which is a Facebook pixel is a connection method. So we click on that, and once we connect with it, we have to name this pixel. So we will just name this pixel so that it's easy for us to remember. So it is Facebook pixel test underscore space 123. So once we do that, this is a unique name, and then this name we can't edit. Once we create it and click on continue, we will be uh, going to the next step. So now a unique and the unique pixel will be created. Here we see this is a pixel Facebook pixel test 123 which is created for us, and we will not be able to now remove it or add any more pixel. So once we do it, it similarly an immediate window pops up which is choose how do you want to install the pixel code. So there are two ways. One is a manual way in which we add the pixel to the website on our own and we send it to the developer, or the other one is with the partner integration, which is slightly a complex process. So we will be using this one, which is manually add the pixel code on the website. So once you click on install the code manually, this is the code that we have to enter, and you have to click on email instructions. So at the bottom we see email instructions, and here are the 4-step process that is available. So all we do is we copy this base code, which is written on the step 2. It's written install the pixel base code. So we simply copy this text file, and remember, you don't need any coding knowledge to uh, understand what this code is. I just explain what this code means, but you need not understand any amount of coding. You simply need to copy this text, open a text file, simply paste it there, and save this text file, right? Once you save this text file and you give it the name as Facebook remarketing or a page view pixel, right? Pixel or a code is same. So we have named it Facebook remarketing code, and we save it. Now, there is another event, or this is a remarketing or the base code which we want to fire on each and every website, each and every web page which belongs to us, right? So for HDFC Bank, it will be each and every page after hdfcbank.com, that is hdfcbank.com/borrow/lending/loan/personal loan. So each and every page we want this base code to fire. So we have already selected that and pasted it in the text file, which we will be mailing it to the developer. The second is the event code. That is, we are telling Facebook that I want to optimize for this particular event, and hence for which event is that is what is will be shown here. So we'll have to select the particular event by clicking here. So when we click here, we click on get event code, and we see that there are the possible list of event codes that are available. So here you see that there is something like donate, there is something called as find location, initiate checkout, lead, and so on. In our case, we want to generate leads from people. So we will use the lead code, which is FBQ track lead. So once we copy that, we simply go on this text file again, and we paste that after the page view event, and we simply save it. Don't worry what the code is. I'll just explain what the code is saying. But we save this text file with another name called Facebook conversion code, and we have these two codes ready. Right? So these are two codes. The first one was the remarketing code or the base code. The second one is called as the conversion code or the conversion pixel. So all you need to understand on this code is only what I've highlighted in orange. And so this part is nothing but the Facebook pixel event, which is 4086 and so on. And this is the name of the event, which is page view event or the remarketing event. Right? So you have to, this is the pixel placement instruction, which is the pixel base code tracks the activity of your website, providing a baseline for measuring specific events. Copy the base code and paste it in between the header tags of every page of your website, right? You simply need to copy this, send it to the developer in the text file, and tell him to paste it between the header tags of the website, right? Similarly, in the conversion code as well, all this you need not remember. You only need to remember these things which are in orange. The first two parts are same because it's a part of the base code. The only thing that is changing is the conversion code or the lead, which we simply had copied from that page and we pasted it here. So FBQ, track, and lead is something that we have named it, and hence this becomes a lead pixel or a conversion pixel or a conversion code. So where do we place it? You must install this event code on the specific page of your website where the actions take place. Like, where does this action take place for us? So for us, it will be this is a landing page where people after seeing the ad visit this particular landing page, and when people enter their mobile number here, you get an OTP. People click on continue, and the page that loads is this one, right? So you see the URL being changed here. Here there is PL login, and here there is the URL. Okay, the URL has not changed here. It has slightly uh, changed, but I just taken a screenshot to explain how it looks, right? So this is the uh, landing page where the we will be placing our base code or the remarketing code, and this is the thank you page where we will enter our conversion code or the remarket or the conversion code where we want to count the conversion or we want to fire the conversion event pixel, right? So that is where we will be placing the code, and this is how the both the pages look. Once you enter your mobile number, you get an OTP, you click on continue, and this is a page which loads. So once this page loads, you will have to place the uh, conversion code, and here landing page you will be placing the base code. And so all the instructions you will be mailing, the instructions that are mentioned here, you will be mailing it to the developer, and he will be placing this course. And how do you place it? Either you place it via the website or the WordPress, or you place it via Google Tag Manager. So whichever ways you want to place it, you can place it. And yeah, so that brings us end to the Facebook pixel uh, code. And how do we check whether the code is placed or not? Is simply you go to the any particular web page, like say if I'm going on this hdfcbank.com, I simply click on this something called as Facebook Pixel Helper. What is Facebook Pixel Helper? You simply type Facebook Pixel Helper Chrome extension. Once you click that, there will be Chrome extension which will be there, and because I've already installed it, it will be showing me remove from Chrome. If I had not installed it, it will tell me that add to Chrome. So what does it say? Once you add this and you click on this Facebook Pixel Helper, it will show you that on this page there is a page view event which has been placed, and there is with the pixel ID of 3533 and so on, right? So it will show you that. Similarly, here if you go, there are two events which are placed. One is Facebook page view, the other one is Facebook lead, and the pixel ID is 3533. In our case, what was the pixel ID? The pixel ID was 4086. However, here whoever is advertising for this particular advertiser, or whoever is advertising for HDFC Bank, the pixel ID is mentioned as 3533, 3535, and it has page view and the lead event which is placed. Right, so that is how these you can track that whether the Facebook pixel has been placed or not. If it is green, it is placed and it is firing successfully. If it is orange or red, if it is red, there is some error. If it is orange, it has fired, but it has fired with certain errors. Right, so there are three colors that this pixel fire. In our case, it is green, which means that whoever has placed it here has placed it correctly on this page. Right, so that brings us end to our session. And if you have any questions, you can just ask in the chat window, and I'll be happy to answer those questions. Right. So do we have any questions, or you can definitely reach out to the BI team also and for any other questions that you have. Yeah, there is some chat here. Yeah. So yeah, so I would request everybody to fill a feedback form for this workshop. It's already there in the chat window. I would request you guys to fill this feedback form. And if you have any questions, you can definitely ask us right now, or you can mail to the BI team. Yeah, so I would request everybody to take a minute's time and fill this feedback form for the session for today.
Okay, so does any of you have any questions related to Facebook or Instagram ads? Please let us know.
Yeah. So I don't think we have questions. Please would request everybody to fill the feedback form.
We do have a few questions from
Yeah,
YouTube, sir.
sure. You can
I'll
just
share
paste
them.
it here. Yeah. Is a Facebook page a necessity for running a Facebook Instagram ad? Yes, it's necessary. Uh, Yeah, so you need to have a Facebook page created for running ads on Facebook and Instagram. Also, you need to have an Instagram page as well. So yes, it is necessary to have a Facebook and so Kritika Chavra, yes, it's necessary to have a Facebook and Instagram page created for running the ad, and you will also need the access to that Facebook page on your Facebook Ads Manager, and the ID with which you are logged into this Facebook ads, you will have to give the access of that Facebook business page on that particular ID. After which you will be seeing it on the ad level. You will be seeing that pages and you will be able to advertise. But yeah, it's necessary. If we have our own website that on wix.com, we should just copy and paste the pixel, right? I haven't really used the header tag. I need to find it on Wix. Yeah, you can do that on Wix. Yeah, there is no problem. There are different ways, as I mentioned, there are different ways to paste the Facebook pixel base code and the Facebook pixel event and the remarketing code. So yeah, Wix is also one of the ways if your website is created on that. Some people create their website on a WordPress. So even there you can directly paste the Facebook pixel base code or the Google code and so on. So yeah, it is possible to do on Wix as well. Yes, Kaval Raut has a question. Yes, Kaval, go ahead. So yeah, I think Kaval is typing something. Okay, Kaval is typing. We'll wait. Yeah, any other questions from YouTube, Priyanka?
Not for now, sir. Or
Yeah,
else, Kaval, you can unmute yourself and ask.
yeah, Kaval, sure. You can just unmute yourself. No problem. Okay. Yeah, I hope everybody has filled the feedback form.
There seems one more question, sir.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
it's a thank you note for you from Nidal.
Okay. Hi. Thank you, Nidal. Yeah. Anytime. Yeah. Happy that you are able to at least understand the basics of Facebook advertising, and I'm sure
Hello,
you have.
sir.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Kaval, go ahead.
Sir, actually, I want to ask that you have told about given a budget of 5 lakh that we have to give at the starting only or afterward also we can take
Yeah.
the
Sure.
budget
Sure.
of.
Yeah. So it actually depends on what is the objective and how many leads you want. For example, let me just show you something on an Excel sheet. Suppose budget is something that I've entered 5 lakh, and
Yes,
suppose my approximate cost per lead, right? Uh, so my approximate cost per lead is say 100 rupees. Suppose, ठीक है? तो
yes,
CPL लेता हूँ मैं, हाँ. तो how many leads will I get is something like cost upon cost per lead. So approximately, if I spend 5 lakh on Facebook, and if my cost per lead approximately is 100 rupees, I will get 5,000 leads. Now, the question here is, do we need 5,000 leads in the first place or not? Is the question, right? So
yes,
it depends on what is your capacity of handling the lead volume, because 5,000 is a big number for us, but for a bigger bank, 5K is not a big number, right? Because अगर मैं 5 लाख full month में spend कर रहा हूँ, right?
yes,
ठीक है, तो daily का मैं कितना spend कर रहा हूँ? Around 16,000 rupees. And
yes,
approximately मुझे कितनी लीड आ रही है? Daily I am getting 167 leads. So if I have a capacity of handling 166 leads daily level, then yes, this number is okay and I can go ahead with 5 lakh budget. But if we are a small advertiser, or if we are somebody who is a freelancer or who wants to just experiment in the initial phase, he can also keep a budget of 10,000 rupees and he can start advertising on Facebook as well. So अगर 10,000 leads है और अगर मेरा average CPA 100 rupees आ रहा है, so I will get around 100 leads, and at a daily level I will get around 3 to 4 leads, right? So budget is something that is in your hand, and it completely depends on the advertiser, right? So
advertiser.
yeah, Kaval. Yeah, there is a does that answer your question, Kaval? Should I go to the next
Ye-
question?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Thanks, Kaval. So can you explain the difference between base code and the other code again? Sure. So let me open that slide for you. Yeah. So yeah. So what? Okay. So base code is nothing but a code written, and we have to paste this code on the website, right? So the base code, it has functions, it has FBQ, return. So you need not understand what is this. All you need to understand is the ID, that is 4086 is the name of the, or no, it's a number associated, it's a unique number associated with the advertiser account, and the name of this base code is called as page view event or page view code. So what this does is, once you paste it on the website, so suppose if I go here and if I have the access of pasting code on this website, I will paste this base code here and the name of the event will be page view. What this page view event will do is that it will try to understand that if somebody has seen ad on Facebook and he has come on this website, what all parameters of that person can this can this pixel record or can this pixel track, right? So it will also see that if this person has come from Facebook, so which ad set has it come from Facebook, what all demographics or what all signals uh, can this code track for that particular person. So this code is necessary to give signal back to Facebook advertiser so that it can start showing ads to more relevant people. Like, so code हम लोग क्यों डालते हैं? If you're aware about uh, Google codes as well, why do we place code? We give signal back to the dashboard of either Facebook or Google, and we tell them that show ads to more people who have a similar behavior on Facebook, right? So that is why we place the base code, and the second code that we had placed was the conversion code or the event or the lead code. Now, why do we place lead code? Is that we want to track lead in Facebook, right? So the moment, let me go to dashboard again. Yeah. तो यहाँ पे जब मैं मेरा कैंपेन लाइव जाएगा, I will see that my amount spent will be say 100, 200, 300 rupees. There will be some impressions. I'll be reaching some people, and there will be results. So result in my case will be lead. So why do we place the lead pixel on the particular page? To understand कि कितनी बार लोग यहाँ पे आए हैं. For example, if I go here and if I click this Facebook pixel helper पे, I want to check that how many leads I have recorded. I see that once people come here, this pixel will fire, and यहाँ पे मेरा जो lead 0 है वो 1 हो जाएगा, right? So if I create another event, say for example, मैं यहाँ पे जाके if I go on and click on add to purchase, if my event here is not leads, see it's retrieving events. Yeah, if my event is not lead, if my event is add to purchase, number of times यहाँ पे suppose add to purchase का एक बटन होता, जितनी बार यहाँ पे लोग add to purchase पे क्लिक करेंगे उतनी बार यहाँ पे add to purchase जो है वो बढ़ेगा. Like there are 3 people who are clicking on add to purchase or at this step, then the add to cart or purchase event will be firing so many times. So it is giving signals to Facebook as to whom do we show more ads and what kind of people do we reach out to show the ads. So it is basically giving the signal back to Facebook, and that is why we need to paste the code. And is it necessary to paste the code? Yes, it is necessary to paste the code so as to you are giving more signals to Facebook so that it can find the right set of people for your set of advertisers or for your set of audiences. If you don't paste it, Facebook will then show ads to any random person, and then you will get any random result, and you will complain that Facebook ads is not working for me. I need to move to any other platform, right? So that is why it is recommended to paste the codes on Facebook, and there's a difference between the base code and the lead code or the lead pixel. Yeah. So going to the next question. Wait a minute. Can you explain? Yeah. So Shubham, I've explained that. Do we need different ad pages for different businesses we work for? Suppose if I work as a freelancer, do I need different accounts for the different businesses? No. So you don't need different accounts actually. You need access to different pages on your particular account, right? So suppose you are handling 3 business pages of 3 different people. You are a freelancer and you are working for 3 different clients. All you need to do is you need to ask access to those 3 Facebook business pages on the email ID by which you're logging into Facebook Ads Manager. So one is okay, but you need to have 3 different access to the 3 different pages, right? Sir, do we always need new account on Ad Manager or to have 2 different businesses? No, I answered that. Like if you work, we need to work for 2 different accounts. Thank you, sir. This was great. Okay, sure, Shubham. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. Any other question on the YouTube side, Priyanka? If you can just paste it here, or if anybody has a question on this group, they can simply unmute themselves and ask. Not able to unmute, sorry. Yes, no problem. You can just type Nidal.
Thank you. I think I'm able to unmute now. So hi, Milan. This is Nidal here. I'm also a fellow coach on Board Infinity. So I work extensively with digital analytics, Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, and all of those things. So I'm familiar with pixels, but I haven't seen from the Facebook side of things. And I was also trying to, promote my business on Instagram a few days back. So I don't have a Facebook page. I had converted my Instagram page into a public or a business kind of account there. Sure. And I tried to run an ad, and I also allocated some test budget, which was like $10 to $12 to start off. But I noticed that there's no ad impressions coming through from there. That entire $12 budget that I kept for I think 1 or 2 weeks, it's still there. I mean, I eventually had to discontinue running that promotion. It wasn't used up, and I wasn't sure because it wasn't even showing any errors in terms of why. Uh, like I said, I don't have a Facebook page, so I didn't run it via Facebook Ads Manager. I ran it via the Instagram app itself, where you can promote and see the insights from that. So any
Right.
thoughts?
So
Yeah.
so you did you run it from the boost post button जो राइट में आता है वहां से किया था या तुमने एड मैनेजर से किया था? You had set it up via the Facebook Ads Manager, or you had just clicked on boost post and gone ahead with the
Yes.
promotion?
Yes, I did the boost after posting an organic post. I tried to boost that post to make it reach to more people. Yeah.
Right. So now, Nidal, once you have attended this session and you are slightly more aware about Facebook advertising, I would strongly recommend that you follow this approach, because Facebook, what Boost Post generally does is that it tries to reach out to people who are similar to people who follow your Instagram page, or it tries to find signals from people who comment on your page or who like or share your Instagram post. So
Okay.
Boost Post is slightly for those people who don't understand about Facebook advertising, and it is extremely at a broader level where it is not recommended ideally to spend money on Boost Post. If you
Okay.
really want to spend money on Facebook, because every dollar you spend is is a hard-earned dollar, and you want a return out of that dollar. So I would strongly recommend you follow the Ads Manager approach. It's fairly simple, right?
Okay.
And just like Google, there is no cost associated with it. Like गूगल पे भी हम लोग सेल्स प्लेटफॉर्म है, हम लोग क्रिएट करके स्टार्ट करते हैं एडवर्टाइजिंग. सिमिलरली फेसबुक भी वैसा ही है. एंड वंस यू डू दैट, जस्ट सी टू इट दैट you select the right campaign objective first. You select the settings, like you don't optimize for conversion. Now when I was showing the optimization part, let me show you again here. So suppose if you and suppose even after doing this, so let's take an example कि तुमने ad manager पे setup किया and still you are coming back with the same complaint कि यार I am not able to see any impressions, मेरा $dollar spend नहीं हो रहा है. Go at the bottom, right? Go at the optimization ad delivery. यहाँ पे जो conversion दिख रहा है, यहाँ पे you go and select something like page view, something like impression, something like clicks, or something like website visit. Don't select conversion. What I'm trying to tell you is that just go one level above the funnel. Something it is because it is easy for Facebook to optimize on impression rather than for Facebook to optimize on conversion. Why? Because it is difficult to get people sign up for something or difficult to get leads from people. And hence Facebook के लिए spend करना difficult हो जाएगा अगर वो conversion के लिए optimize कर रहा है. तो अगर वो आपका account spend नहीं कर रहा है, तो just try to optimize this for one level above. It can be either optimized for landing page view, it can be either optimized for clicks, or either optimized for impression. वो changes करके देखो, I'm sure it will be able to spend. Right? Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Yeah, thanks, Nidal. Yeah. Shubham, yeah, there's one more question. How do I decide the budget for the ads? Please help me if you can. Sure. So Shubham, सबसे पहली बात तो why are we running Facebook ads is something that we have to answer. So coming back to this example, actually it's a Shubham, how do I tell you? How do I decide the budget for the ad? Now, if I have the same example where I want, suppose if I want 100 leads, then I will have to assume certain cost per lead, because if I have not run in the past, then I don't know what my CPL is, right? So let's use this approach, right? Suppose if I want 50 leads and I've run the campaign in the past for say 1 month and I got a CPL of around 300, right? So how much budget should I put? Budget is nothing but cost per lead into lead, nothing but 15,000 budget, which means that अगर मुझे पास्ट में मैंने कैंपेन रन किया है और मेरा CPL अगर 300 के आसपास है, तो मुझे अगर 50 लीड्स अभी चाहिए तो मेरा बजट होना चाहिए 15,000 रुपीज, right? So with the help of which I'll be able to get 50 leads. But however, that is not the only objective, because not everybody is running Facebook for getting leads. Some people run Facebook for, getting more engagement on the post. Somebody is running Facebook to reach out to more and more people. So how do you decide to allocate budget? Is that let's take an example. So suppose you want, let me show you here. Suppose you want to reach say 20,000 people on Facebook, and you want to show them ad twice. अगर मेरा reach 20,000 है और मेरा अगर frequency around 2 के आसपास आएगा, which means I'll be showing ads uh, to one person 2 times, then my impressions will be reach into frequency will be, I'll be burning 40,000 impressions. Now for 40,000 impression, assuming my CPM, that is cost of showing ad 1,000 times, CPM is say 40 rupees on Facebook, my cost or the budget will be impressions multiplied by CPM, and you divide that by 1,000. So you will need around 1,600 rupees, Shubham, to reach to 20,000 people, show them ad twice, at an approximately average CPM of 40 rupees, you will be needing 1,600 rupees as the budget. Right? So that is how we calculate the kitna budget mujhe chahiye to reach 20,000 unique people and show them the ad twice at an average CPM of 40 rupees. So does that answer the question, Shubham? Were you asking that? How do I decide? So that's a part of actually media planning. Shubham, what you're asking ki, how do I allocate budget is something that we do in media planning, that if I have to reach so many people, yeah, that's a very beautiful way to answer. I'm very well. Thank you so much. Okay, thanks, Shubham. Yeah, great. There's another question. Which are the most used ads? So Manoj, which are the most used ads? There is no fixed answer to that, and there is no data that Facebook, throws in front of us that which ads are most used. But however, for different objective, the ads that we use are different. So let me go back to the dashboard and try to explain you what I mean by that. So if you click on the create ads button, you see there are objectives like brand awareness and reach. There are objectives like traffic, engagement, app install, video view, and so on. So for obviously for video views, the asset that you will be using will be video. And so are you one of the faculty? Okay, Shubham, I'll let Priyanka answer that. Yeah. So Manoj, to answer your question, what we should do is we should look at the objective first. So objective is awareness, consideration, conversion. So if you want to have brand awareness or reach, you should see to it that what is the format that works great on Facebook. So there is no one answer to it. There are different ad formats. If I go to this tab and if you will just type Facebook business guide, ads guide, you will see that there are these ad formats available. Image, there is video. This is how it keeps on changing. Right? This is carousel. So there is no one particular answer, Manoj, to tell you that which works best. You will have to keep on testing and see that which is working best for you. There is sometimes that I have observed that a simple static image works best for me. There is sometimes that I have seen that a carousel is working better as compared to a static image. So you'll have to keep on testing and seeing which is working better for your advertiser and for your objective, Manoj. There is no one answer that we have. For restaurants, yes. So for restaurants, if you are saying that restaurant, then I would recommend that you go ahead with a GIF and a carousel. So what you do is you go to the ads part and upload one GIF and upload one carousel. So what we can do is, a GIF or a carousel will, because if you're a restaurant, you would like to show different, recipes about your restaurant, or your one carousel cart could speak about, say, a vegetarian recipe. A second could speak about a non-veg recipe. Third could speak about the cocktails available at your restaurant. The fourth will be an image of of a fine dining place in your restaurant. So I would recommend GIF, because a GIF can show all these images one after the other. Second ad that you can run for restaurant will be a carousel, where you can show multiple features of your restaurant, Manoj. So yeah, here you go. You see a carousel. See here you see this is for a travel called Air France. So they are showing different locations, and they are showing the price associated with that location. So for you, for a restaurant, Manoj, you can show all your recipes here, and then you can show that on a carousel or on a GIF, which the image comes one after the other, right? Does that answer the question, Manoj? Yeah, sure, Manoj. Thanks. Any other questions? I hope you guys have filled the feedback form. It's extremely important to get the feedback about the session. Yeah. Any other questions from Priyanka from the YouTube side?
No, sir. I
Yeah,
think
sure.
there we are covered.
Sure, Priyanka.
Okay, so I think we have answered most of the questions.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time today and
No
answering
problem.
patiently, teaching us patiently. So
No
we look
problem.
forward to have many such sessions with you in future.
Sure, Priyanka. Sure,
Okay.
sure, guys. You guys were a nice audience, actually. Shubham, Manoj, and everybody on YouTube as well. Thanks for asking queries, and thanks for showing interest. And yeah, all the best. And I hope you guys run the Facebook ads and are able to excel in your careers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll end the session now.
Thanks, Priyanka. Yeah, sure, Priyanka. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, Priyanka. Bye.